What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Brian. I'm coming back at y'all with a next video. I'm reacting and I'm watching this dude K commentaries videos. Grading black stereotypes. As he's black, and it's pretty late. It's about 1:30 right now. Feel me? Um, feel a little tired. But I'm about to, bang out a few more because
Hard with this one. That
trying
and
to
it's Black
grind right
History Month, so
now.
you know
Trying
I gotta hate on my
to
people. This is me grading Black Stereotypes Part 2, so y'all enjoy. We're gonna start with black
need
people
more
being
water.
fatherless. Black people being fatherless isn't something that I can relate to personally, but I'm gonna
Yeah,
put
my
it this
father.
way to stress how crazy this shit is, because we are already off to a bad start. In a room full of 10 black people in the US, 5 of y'all niggas leaning towards sits have no father involvement in your life. What's worse is that around 65% of us niggas are single parented. I don't know what it is about black people and simply being there for their child, but we apparently suck at it. My young black kings and queens out there, this is your chance to disprove this cycle that we are fatherless. This is also your chance to stop acting like you're fatherless if you aren't, because if you are doing anything to even reflect this off of you, you are a disappointment to your father and
She
are
having the
exactly
time.
everything wrong with the black community. I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10 because we got the strong-willed 43% of y'all who remain consistent in your child's life. Shout out to the present black fathers of the world because y'all did more than just nut and dick. Next, we got the black stereotype of black people not being able to swim. I hate when niggas say this
Bro,
because this was genuinely my
that's
first love, my first.
crazy, bro. Yo, I'm buoyant. You feel me? I'm pretty big, so I'm buoyant. But a nigga can swim. You understand? I'm Michael Phelps. I was in Jamaica last spring, bro. I'm telling you, I'm busting laps on the beach. You know what I'm saying? Bro, backstroke, forward stroke, breaststroke. I'm telling you, bro. Come on, black people can't swim. Man, other black people was out there swimming and whatnot, bro. So that's a crazy stereotype. Let a nigga catch me in the water, I'm gone, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Talk about pace, speed, and I'm in the deep too, bro. I'm not in the shallow. You understand? I'm in the deep, doing what I gotta do. Moving
First
like a
passion, dead ass, bro. I don't understand how
160
niggas could be at the
watts.
age of 17
But I'm a
talking about how they
shark. I
can't
ain't no
swim. Like, my
fish.
nigga, you're telling me through your 17
A
years of life, you
shark.
haven't learned once how to do the
Understand?
simple
I'm a
action of
fucking
swimming? This
killer
shit is
whale.
not hard, my nigga. I learned this shit at
Word.
the age of 5, bro. Like, dead ass. And
Must
I
be like
tried to
fish from the
investigate the
ocean.
origins of the
He's a
stereotype for the
shark.
sake of the video, and given they are from slavery where niggas was brought on the ships. But that's not really all that important. We're in the moment now, nigga.
I beg your pardon?
Anyway, this shit's gonna get an 8 out of 10 from me because too many niggas be saying they can't. Respectfully touch some water
That's
because if
crazy.
these niggas can do this, you can too. Moving on, we got the stereotypical black phrases. I decided to combine most of the common stereotypical ones niggas have heard from their parents over the years, so we'll break them down one by one real quick. Starting with I'm not one of your little friends. First of all, if you heard this, just know you was coming with mad attitude toward your parents and you better watch your next words carefully because your ass would be ravaged if you jack in the same energy. Safe to say, if you are
Ravaged.
black, you have definitely heard this at least a couple times. Next on the script is you better stop crying before I give you something to cry about. If you were a kid that
I
would
heard
cry
that
after every
shit.
sort of thing, you were
I
sure to
heard
hear
that
this. Now,
shit.
me
That's a
personally,
fact.
I have never heard this because not to toot my own horn here, but I was non-problematic as a child. My only problem with this one is the fact that this shit is dumb as fuck because it's like, did you not just give niggas something to cry about? Moving on to the next phrase, we got do you got McDonald's money? Honestly, with this phrase, you could just put do you got blank and then put money at the end of it and it'll work out just fine. I think this one's pretty universal if I'm being honest. I actually do plan to say this to my future children down the line, not because I won't be rich and successful, but because I'll be cheap. If we really put it into perspective, McDonald's is probably cheaper than some of the full course meals your mama be cooking at home. Now, given the reason your parents probably be telling you this all the time is because they were tired of you asking all the time, or because there was simply food at home. Speaking of food at home, we have food at home. This is one I'm a little critical of because if I asked for something or wanted to eat something and my mom said this, no offense to my mother, but your food simply wasn't up to my standards. I take back everything I just said. I realize I'm a broke college student on a dining plan eating the same food here every damn day, so mom, do not quote me on that. Last of the black stereotypical phrases we're gonna go over is I brought you into this world and I can take you out of it. First of all, that's murder. And the minute this bullshit comes out of your mouth, I have full authority to call the cops and have you arrested under a misdemeanor charge. Deadass, you are talking.
Nah, real shit though. My dad told my dad I'm gonna call CPA on him. I said CPA. I'm bugging. Certified. No, I'm bugging. Child Protective Services. I told my dad that. I don't know how old I was, bro. But yeah, bro. I did some dumb shit. And I understand it, bro. Sometimes you gotta put belt to ass. So he was putting belt to ass, bro, and I just couldn't take it anymore, bro. So I told him I was finna call. I was gonna call the boys and try to protect the services. And he dad was like, "Go ahead." He was dead with it too, bro. He let me, like, he left me on my own accord to go call the niggas, but he did not. He knew I wasn't gonna call him, but damn, bro, he put belt to ass that day, bro. Word two, bro. my shit, my shit. And he ain't play, son. He did not play. So, yo, he used to want to see cheeks, bro. No cap. He used to want to see cheeks. Nah, that's wild, bro. If when I'm a father, I don't gotta see cheeks. I can put belt to fucking jeans. You understand? Belt to sweats. Nigga, nigga, dad, belt straight to ass, bro. It's crazy.
Talking about killing your
Felt
seat,
that
and
belt to
best
leather.
believe these be the same
That
ones
leather,
talking about
that
they'd
leather
kill for their.
wasn't no like stiff leather. That leather really, you know what I'm saying? He wore that leather in because, you know what I'm saying, stretched that belt out. But I'm telling you, bro, the belt used to wrap around the ass real good because it was real worn in. So if it was a fresh belt, it might have just bounced off. You know, I'm getting too deep, but I just have so much memories of that shit. And that shit was right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Their
Crazy.
child. I'm gonna give this stereotype a 9 out of 10 because the last race ruined everything above it. Moving on, we got black people make everything about race. Now, I am absolutely
That's
not
actually a
biased, but
fact.
this is 100% true. I
That
swear
is
the
a
niggas that
fact.
do this be so quick to do it too.
Shit
Get
is
talked to a certain
annoying,
way
bro.
by a random ass Karen at the mall, racially profiling. They be doing BS like this too, saying that shit. They don't get enough in the Chipotle bowl, it's because they're black, and not because the nigga behind the counter doesn't give you a random number of portions. Mind you, these niggas give you the same spoonful. These niggas can't control what falls out the spoon or how much is in the spoon. I might also add that these niggas did give me food poisoning right after saying this. And it's even worse when the old heads do it because they go on a whole ass monologue about black history and whatever to show how we've broken down systematic barriers to get to where we are. And don't get me wrong, with how times are now, nigga, I'm aware of how important this is. Let me say that before I get canceled. I don't got no type of traction to be talking about getting canceled. Here's a quick story. I go to what is called a PWI. If you don't know what that is, then you're probably not black. My dad and I were having a conversation about where I wanted to go for college in the car driving back from somewhere. The university where I go to right now, out of the 20 schools I applied to and the 15 I got in, wasn't my first choice by no means. I ain't gonna hold you. But one of the schools, which was my number one, happened to be a PWI. Nigga was so ready to debunk this choice, saying whatever the fuck he thought, and I thought we were done with this shitty ass rant until I heard the words, and it's a PWI. From that point on, we got to my house's driveway and we sat there for about an hour after. And you know how black parents get. You can't move from a certain spot till they're done talking, can't fidget, don't move a muscle. Matter of fact, don't even breathe or else you'll be in that car for a lot longer than you want to. Don't take me back to those times, bro. I personally hated the college process, but that's a separate video for another day. We're gonna give this stereotype a 10 out of 10 because I have personal bias to it and because I would figure many of y'all can relate. We got a few more things to tackle here, so stay with me. Next on the agenda, we have black people not changing the batteries in the smoke alarm. I personally didn't know this was a black people thing, and my black card will not be revoked because of that. You see, this is a stupid ass thing because one, this is like a thing that's made to genuinely help you be aware, and two, it only backs with the statement that black people are cheap. Only second to Jews though. It might not even be a problem that they don't want to buy batteries, although I know tons of niggas that's simply the reason for it, but it also might be because we are some lazy ass niggas, which I beg differ, but I can only speak for myself. Can't speak for the rest of y'all niggas. Not to mention I hear there's also a double side to this one when niggas saying the smoke alarm always be going off in the black households. This one's gonna get a 4 out of 10 for me. I'm not even sure what to call this next one, so I guess we're gonna go with simply sounding black. Genuine question. How are you supposed to sound black? Nah, like, I'm actually trying to answer my own question because there is no possible way to sound black, nigga. If we're basing it on what most niggas would think a black person sounds like, I'd assume it's having a deep voice. In which case, every nigga with a deep voice, I guess, supposedly sounds black. And then there's a whole requisite to if you don't sound black, saying the N-word doesn't sound right. Wait, hold on one second. What was that? I see, my fault. I just found out I don't sound black, so I can't say nigga no more. I have some personal animosity for this shit for a lot of Let me rephrase. I have some personal animosity for a lot of people that said I didn't sound black. What's even worse about this is that you got human beings that were white saying this too. I'd love to hear what a couple of Connors and Johns have to say about sounding black, and the credentials to sounding black too, wouldn't y'all? Negative 6 out of 10. Second and last thing we're gonna critique. Black music. What qualifies as black music?
That's that booty meat.
Generous.
They not like us. No. They not like us. No. They not like us.
Are you crazy? crip walking? No. You could put practically everything rap related in here because our Renaissance kind of put that genre on the map if we're being real. But that's a take for a future video, so we're not gonna get into that. Black music is everything essentially getting you invited to the cookout. If you play some music that makes auntie in the back stand up at the cookout, 9 times out of 10 you playing something with the credentials of being black. Either that or some fire ass Punjab music or Latin, because everyone likes their daily dose of
Do be slapping though.
Fun fact for today, that's a wedding theme for y'all who don't know. On a serious note though, the Super Bowl performance by Kendrick taught us a lot about what black music truly is. If you need to look somewhere for an example of black music, look no further than that show. Everyone who was black was on their feet celebrating that spectacle of a show, especially after the messages that were given throughout the performance. This will be the only part of the video where I dropped some actual wisdom, unless I did already and I'm forgetting. In any case, listen up. Black music isn't characterized by the genre or even the artist creating it. It's characterized by the message delivered by the music performed. In the case of the halftime show, I think we can all agree in saying that it was. I'm gonna give this one a 5.5 out of 10 because I think we're slowly starting to come to this realization. I hope. Last thing we're going to mention here, the black stereotype of saying they're invited to the cookout. Being invited to the cookout means you are given a subscription of being black, or I guess a part of the family on some mafia type shit. The only way you're out is if you do some fuckery. In that case, we gotta terminate you on some mafia type shit. To get in, I feel like you gotta meet a couple standards for yourself. One, you gotta bring vibes that black people can get down with. Otherwise, I'm sorry, it just ain't gonna work out. Two, you gotta be able to dance. If you can dance, and I mean like get on the dance floor and vibe with the rest of the aunties, because if you can't do that, then you just one of those African Americans standing in the corner at the function, which as we know is frowned upon. And 3, you gotta eat and love eating the food. If you can't do this, then we can't give you your cards. Upon 3, you gotta eat an American standing in the corner at the function, which as we know is frowned upon. 3, you gotta eat and love eating the food. If you can't do this, then we can't give you your card, so I can't stress this enough. This one gets an 8 out of 10 from me, and on that note, I'm gonna play my reason to finishing the video with this stereotype. Happy Valentine's Day to all the couples who are celebrating their affection for one another. Notice I said couples, not flings. Anyway, this Valentine's Day, I'm not playing a role of Cupid, as you can tell by the title of this video. I've always had a take on this, but last year really heightened to a crazy peak. I'm gonna give y'all context. Valentine's Day is a holiday for women. Now let me talk real quick. You see,
Really and truly, every holiday is like on some capitalist shit. Like every holiday is meant for you to go and spend and spend and spend. And Valentine's Day is just one of them days. It's solely like made for women. Literally every holiday, like it's even like you get discounts on holidays too. Like no matter the holiday, you're getting a discount. It's because everything is. Don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really mad at it. I'm just saying that everything has an agenda. Like that shit's crazy. Like all these holidays, Christmas. I know they say it's like the birth of Jesus Christ, but when people barely even get religious anymore for Christmas, like it's really just like, especially as a nation, because you know what I'm saying, we as a nation, I guess we're a little less I'm gonna say religious as a nation, and we don't really go too hard on the Christianity too much. So they don't be doing that too much. And what's the point I'm trying to drive here? I forget. But yeah, bro, it's a capitalist holiday, and the world runs on capitalism. So I forgot what I was trying to get at. But yeah, that's it.
See, I'm well aware we exchange gifts between each other and treat the day as celebratory for 2 people who are romantically involved with each other. Or 3 if you're into that type of thing. Let me ask you this. As a man, have you ever been asked by a woman first to be your Valentine? If you're gay, I'm sorry to exclude you from this conversation. Y'all are the special exception of this. But the answer should be no, and if it isn't, you probably don't wear the pants, or you're lying. My point being, Valentine's Day is a woman's holiday. As a man, think about the expectations for this holiday. If you don't ask a woman to be your Valentine, there is no Valentine, nigga. Women wait on you to do the shit like they waiting to be proposed to. And for couples that are already together, there's an extra quest to ask them year after year to be their Valentine again and again. Let's think about it from a marriage standpoint, since I've already referenced it. On your anniversary each year, you should obviously celebrate that day, right? It's a day to commemorate y'all coming together and staying together. Now let me ask you, do you re-ask this person to be your girlfriend year after year on that specific day?
He's out of line,
No, nigga.
but he's right.
We're not finished yet, because now there's extra holidays. You know, know, my older brother did not know what the fuck National Girlfriend's Day is. This nigga is 25, by the way. This nigga don't live under no rock. Like, nigga got a solid presence on the media and whatever the fuck. Be real with yourselves. When did this become a thing? If you can tell me without going on Google, I'll get on my hands and knees for you. I'll wait.
He's gay!
So I did some research on this shit and I have some answers for y'all. Bottom line, this shit isn't real. There's legitimate real speculation on how this shit started, but society has seemingly given the credit to this mother and daughter duo on this book they created called Girlfriend's Getaway. Ain't that crazy, nigga? Like, that shit was really a publicity stunt. Like, what the fuck? And somebody decided to run away with this publicity stunt and make a use of it to rob niggas time and money to feel appreciated. And I know y'all gonna say, well, National's Boyfriend Day is a thing. Let me talk. We realized in 2014, as men, we couldn't stand for this egregious treatment. Let's make this clear from now. National Boyfriend's Day is far less coveted than National Girlfriend's Day. Think about it. Most niggas would be happy with just a simple Instagram story post. And if you don't get that, she simply don't fuck with you, my nigga. And you have my sympathy. Best believe if you don't at least do an Instagram post on National Girlfriend's Day, the Council of Hosts will speak on the matter. Not to mention, it took us 12 years to even somewhat even the playing field. And even then, just like these third world countries that didn't get independence, we still are years behind before we'll ever be on the same level. This is a side note here, but I truly feel for y'all niggas who have the 3 months of despair span. Y'all niggas gotta go for December getting Christmas gifts. Vent New Year's if your girl fiending like that. Who the fuck gives Christmas gifts on New Year's? Asians and greedy hoes. Then if y'all girl's birthday is in that same month or between January to February, on top of an anniversary and Valentine's Day, I'm not even crying for you, I'm crying for your pockets. While we're in the fall winter season, this year I came across a new way for women to feed off their niggas' pockets. Whoever the thieving ass woman that decided to come up with a boob ass.
I just fucking blanked out thinking about that Elon shit with the shit doing the shit with his arm. That's really crazy, bro. I was envisioning South Park episode with him doing that shit. I know they gonna do that shit. That shit gonna be comedy. Watch.
You're sick in the head. What's crazy is mad niggas didn't know what this was, and all of a sudden it became a problem if niggas didn't get one. Can't even have a regular Halloween no more. I blame TikTok because that app is the gathering place for the host council. You see, niggas aren't on that side of TikTok, and that's why they were blindsided to this new side. When I heard about this, I was sitting at a table with my friends. This is a good time to mention I'm a freshman in college, I guess. And one of my friends was talking about the whole thing, talking about how them and their boyfriend was gonna do it. Now, me personally, my mind went blank because what the actual hell? Just not like saving money, and y'all thought you could try to continue that BS with a burbass. I guess wasn't having that 2 seasons in a row. Originally I had planned to come up with a proposal to combat the thieves known as women, but I simply can't come up with anything that hasn't already been placed. So if y'all got some ideas, let me know down below in the comments. Best plan gets pinned. All jokes though, I ain't want no woman coming for me. Niggas love spending money if it's the right person, so final word of advice, please, for the sake of my fellow kings out there, be the right person.
Alright, yo. I think that's it for the night. I think we're gonna call it a night. We're gonna come back tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Look for some more shit to look at tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So hope you have a beautiful day. Keep it groovy. Word.